Every AI
Every
model
AI
is
model
only
is
as good
only
as
as
the
good as
prompts we
the
give
prompts
it.
we give it.
It countless
It
of
countless
hours
of
are
hours
wasted
are
on
wasted
trial
on
and
trial
error
and error
tweaking.
tweaking.
Prompt Forge
Prompt
changes
Forge
that.
changes that.
What is
What
Prompt
is
Forge?
Prompt Forge?
Prompt Forge
Prompt
is a
Forge is
full
a
stack
full
web
stack
based
web
platform
based
for prompt
platform for
engineering
prompt
at
engineering
scale.
at
It
scale.
empowers
It
users to
empowers users to
create,
create,
test, and
test,
publish
and
AI
publish
prompts
AI prompts
effortlessly,
effortlessly,
bringing together
bringing
real
together
time
real time
evaluation,
evaluation,
community
community
interaction,
interaction,
competitive
competitive
challenges, and
challenges,
a
and a
marketplace
marketplace,
all in
all
one
in
unified
one unified
experience.
experience.
Now, on to
Now,
our
on to our
quality
quality
requirements
requirements
behind
behind
Prompt Forge.
Prompt Forge.
So for Prompt
For
Forge,
Prompt
we have
Forge, we
chosen
have
5
chosen
quality
5 quality
requirements,
requirements,
mainly
mainly
security,
security,
AI
AI
ethics,
ethics,
scalability, performance,
scalability,
and
performance, and
maintainability. And
maintainability.
now we'll
And
take a
now we'll
deep
take a
dive
deep
into the
dive
ones we've
into the
chosen
ones
to
we've chosen to
prioritize.
prioritize.
For
For
security, our
security,
pipe
our
and
pipe and
filter
filter
security
security
architecture
architecture
processes every
processes
request
every
through
request through
multiple
multiple
protection layers.
protection layers.
This delivers zero
Delivers zero
critical
critical
vulnerabilities and
vulnerabilities and
100% access
100%
control
access control
effectiveness,
effectiveness,
proving that
proving that
we have both
we have
strong
both strong
security and
security and
performance.
performance.
The
The
following
following
visuals
visuals
validate our
validate our
security
security
posture.
posture.
The risk
The risk
matrix shows
matrix
no
shows no
critical
critical
vulnerabilities. The
vulnerabilities.
scan
The scan
summary
summary
confirms over
confirms over
34
34
requests,
requests,
proper
proper
security
security
rejections, and
rejections, and
status code
status code
distribution proves
distribution proves
proper access
proper access
control.
control.
Valid requests
Valid requests
succeed and
succeed and
unauthorized requests
unauthorized
are
requests are
blocked.
blocked.
For
For
scalability, we make
scalability, we
use
make
of
use of
stateless
stateless
instance, and
instance,
this allows
and this
for
allows for
horizontal scaling
horizontal
across
scaling
multiple
across
servers.
multiple
We
servers.
also make
We
use
also
of
make use of
partitioning and
partitioning and
database
database
connection
connection
pooling, and
pooling,
this helps
and
with
this helps
database
with database
scaling.
scaling.
Indexing and query
Indexing and query
optimization
optimization
helps with
helps
improving
with
response
improving
time
response
as the
time as
load
the
of
load
our
of
project
our project
increases.
increases.
As you can
As you
see,
can
these
see,
are some of
these
the
are some of the
implementations that we
implementations
have
that we
made.
have made.
Example, our
Example,
K6
our
load
K6 load
testing,
testing,
connection pooling,
connection
as
pooling,
well as
as well
the
as the
query
query
execution
execution
testing.
testing.
To improve to improve
Improve
performance,
performance.
PromForge
From
caches
Forge
more
caches
frequently
more
accessed
frequently
data in
access
the
data
front
in the
end.
front end.
It also
It also
utilizes
utilizes
asynchronous requests
asynchronous
to the
requests to the
API to
API
prevent
to
blocking
prevent
requests.
blocking requests.
We also make use
Also
of the
make use
Spring
of the
Data
Spring
JPA
Data JPA
pagination
pagination
for efficiently
for
handling
efficiently
the large
handling the
data
large
sets.
data sets.
As you can
As
see,
you can
these are the
see, these are
reports
the reports
that were
that were
generated by
generated by
JMeter as well as
JMeter
the
as well
page
as the
speed
page speed
application.
application.
Now moving on to
Moving
our
on to our
architectural
architectural
diagram.
diagram.
PromForge makes
Forge
use
makes
of four
use of four
architectural
architectural
patterns,
patterns,
which includes the
which
layered
includes the layered
architecture,
architecture,
the MVC
the MVC
pattern,
pattern,
service-oriented
service-oriented
architecture, as well
architecture,
as the
as well
pipes
as
and
the pipes
filter
and filter
architecture.
architecture.
Within the layered
In the layered
architecture, we have
architecture,
the
we have the
presentation layer.
presentation layer.
This is the layer
This is
that
the
the
layer
user
that the user
interacts with.
interacts with.
We also have the
Also
network
have the
layer,
network layer, which bridges,
which acts as the
which acts
bridge
as the
between the
bridge
front
between
end
the
and the
front
back
end and
end.
the back end.
The next layer is
Next
the
layer
access
is the
layer.
access
This is the
layer.
layer
This
that
is the layer
accepts
that
the request
accepts the
from the
request from
front
the
end as well
front
as
end as well
return
as return
responses back
responses back
to the front
to
end.
the front end.
The next layer is the
Next layer
business
is the
layer,
business
which
layer,
handles the
which
business
handles the
logic
business
within the
logic within the
application,
application,
followed by the
followed
data
by the
layer,
data layer, which sends
which sends
which
queries
sends
to the
queries to
database,
the database,
as well as the
as well as
persistence
the
layer,
persistence
which is
layer, which is
responsible for
responsible
handling
for
data
handling
storage.
data storage.
Within the
Within the
presentation layer, we
presentation
make use
layer, we
of the
make use of the
MVC
MVC
architecture.
architecture.
We chose MVC
Chose
because it
MVC
allows
because it allows
separation of
separation of
concerns and
concerns, and
it makes it
it
easy
makes it
to
easy
manage,
to
test,
manage,
as well as
test, as
scale the
well as scale the
application.
application.
PromptForge makes use of service-oriented architecture. This allows for us to organize our functionality into different services that have different business logic and can be developed, deployed, as well as scaled independently. The key benefits to this include independent scaling of individual services, modular development and deployment, as well as easier integration across multiple external systems. We also make use of pipes and filters, which is our security pipeline, and this allows for all the requests that are incoming to be passed through a configurable security pipeline. The stages to this filtering include COS validation, JWT authentication, authorizations, as well as logging, security monitoring, and request tracking. This architecture separates security concerns from business logic, as well as makes sure that only valid requests are processed and maintains consistent security across the entire platform.
deployment diagram illustrates how our system integrates the end user, front end, back end, and external services into a single architecture. The React front end manages the user experience with components like login, dashboard profile, and pipelines with React routing, which ensures smooth client-side navigation. The backend side is divided into two parts, mainly the AI backend, which handles the intelligence task such as classification, text generation, as well as optimization. And on the other hand, the Spring Boot server, which manages the authentication, user requests, and system controls. Both backend and front end work together through RESTful APIs, and they communicate with the database storage for data persistence and file storage for handling uploads and integrated context. Finally, the system connects with external services via HTTPS, ensuring extensibility. Do one. Now, onto our wow factors. The Optimizer Wizard is next level power. This wizard is the breakthrough that makes our system truly unstoppable. It transforms the hardest optimization challenges into effortless wins, like having a built in genius who delivers instant expert results. There are 5 steps to this mastery, mainly analysis, then goals, then structure, then context, and then a full review that that delivers the optimized solution. With one click, users unlock enterprise-grade optimization power, leaving them asking themselves, "How did we ever work without this?" Factor. Prompt Wars, the ultimate battlefield. This is not just a game, it is combat. In the Forge, words are weapons, instincts are shield, and only the strongest survive. We have 2 disciplines. The first one is So You Think You Can Prompt. This is the Creation Colosseum, a raw fight against the clock where players must craft their prompts under brutal time pressure, where every word counts. This is a challenge of creativity under fire. Hesitate and you're crushed. Master it and you prove that you can bend AI to your will. Our second discipline and battlefield is Uncharted. This is the detective's arena, a psychological hunt where players must decide and decode a prompt's output and trace it back to the initial prompt. Victory demands razor sharp pattern recognition, lightning fast reading, and pure intuition. One slip and the truth escapes. The Forge is unforgiving. Newcomers enter thinking prompting is simple, while veterans emerge sacred but transformed. Enter as prey, leave as a predator.
Onto our live demo. Let's explore what PromptForge is all about. Users are greeted with our friendly landing page where they can view what problems general AI users face, as well as how PromptForge aims to solve those problems. After logging in, users are greeted with our home screen where they are able to view all of the things that they are able to do on PromptForge. We'll start off with our dashboard. Our dashboard provides analytics to users which are useful for their engagement analysis. As you can see, we have growth trends as well as conversion funnels, which allow users to track their prompt engineering experience on our marketplace. We also implement widgets whereby users are able to have flexibility in terms of the metrics that they would like to see personally. On our dashboard, we have a list of 41 badges that users are able to earn on our platform. This allows for a fun but creative way for users to engage in our community. But users are able to explore our testing ground, where we have a range of facilities for them to use, such as our AI recommendations page, our prompt optimizer page, as well as being able to use multiple models in our testing ground. We will continue to explain the prompt optimizer page. Our optimizer wizard is a 5-step process of analysis, goals, structure, context, and review. We first analyze a user's prompt using sentence transformers as well as linguistic analysis. As you can see, we are going to write an email, for example, and we will get analysis on the clarity, structure, specificity, as well as context that our prompt has, as well as any key improvements that we can make to it. By using our sentence analyzers and linguistic transformers, we don't limit ourselves into using LLMs, which tend to not always be deterministic. As you can see, the prompt is too short, needs more punctuation, and more examples of what exactly we're looking to achieve. We have metrics on the left-hand side that users are able to use. We will move on to the goals section, where users are able to select their goals, target audiences, as well as output formats. This helps users achieve the true goals of their prompt engineering experience. We also have the structure section where users should add a clear objective statement as well as structure their prompts into bullet points or paragraphs based on their own specific needs. In our context section, users are able to add industry and domain information, as well as their specific use case and any additional context that they feel would help their prompting experience. At the end, we have an optimization summary where we show the user the old score from their old prompt versus the new score of their fully optimized prompt. They're also able to use the full AI optimization button in order to consolidate the goals, structure, and context into one cohesive prompt. Onto our comparison page. The comparison page serves as a page for users to be able to compare two prompts side by side. They also have flexibility in terms of being able to choose different models for their different prompts. This allows users to compare not only the prompts but also the responses. Users are also able to put the same prompt in prompt A and B and get side-by-side comparisons of the models that they enjoy using. Onto our prompt builder page, where users, which is targeted towards beginner users. Users describe the idea of a prompt that they might have, choose a profile that they feel best suits them, or they are able to make use of one of our templates. This will then generate a prompt based on the user's idea and specific use case, combined with their profile. We also have dedicated AI models that are recommended for each profile that has been chosen. In our My Prompts page, users are able to view all of their prompts and filter by specific categories. For example, private prompts, purchase prompts, as well as public prompts. This allows for the user to have a platform to easily view and interact with their prompts. They're able to copy, take their prompt to testing ground, as well as delete the prompts that they feel they don't need anymore. Onto our marketplace. Our marketplace provides a comprehensive page for users to view newly published prompts as well as popular prompts on our platform. Onto our social hub. Social hub is the community aspect of PromptForge, whereby users are able to interact with other users on PromptForge. This sparks a community aspect towards our application, as well as allows users to be more fun and creative. For example, I will view this user's prompts where I can see that he has one prompt, and I'm also able to view his badges and challenge him from the profile page. But users also have access to our war page. On to our next wow factor, which is prompt wars. As you can see, users are able to invite their peers to a prompt war. They can choose between classic and unprompted. I will now invite this user to a prompt war and type in my challenge message. This aspect of PromptForge allows for a creative environment for people to improve their prompt engineering while still having a community aspect to our application. As you can see, we have implemented a live chat into our prompt wars, and we will now initiate our battle. Prompt wars works by getting a scenario and writing a prompt based on the given scenario. Users have 2 minutes to craft their perfect prompt, and it is then judged by an AI analysis. We use the same rubrics as well as We use the same rubrics for judgment that we use in our optimizer wizard, which was our wow factor that we discussed earlier. This allows for consistency of our prompt forge application. Let me submit a prompt. As you can see, I have submitted my prompt, and so has the other player. We are now in the judgment phase of our prompter. As you can see, I unfortunately lost our prompter. I got 0 out of 10. That's most likely because I directly copy pasted the scenario, but very well done to Kat, who got 8 out of 10. We also have unprompted, which serves as kind of a reverse of our normal prompters. This works by giving users the AI response as well as some context of the initial prompt, but users need to guess the prompt based off of what we have given them. So for example, I will choose this answer. And we will move on to the next round. The time is ticking and I will go with this answer. As you can see, I got the answer correct and we have now moved on to the next question. But this concludes the social aspect of our application. Users are also able to view their profile settings where they are able to manage their account better by changing their username, email, bio, as well as their account password. Users also have access to edit their banking account details on our application. Users are also able to view their cart and continue with their checkout process, which I will now demonstrate. We make use of Paystack for our checkout process, and this allows us to successfully simulate a real-world payment process, whereby users are also getting an email notification of their purchases. And our payment was successful. This concludes the live demo of PromptForge. This concludes the live demo of PromptForge. Thank you for sitting along for the journey.